Wow, look at that angle. We can see the meat freezer all the way from back here. Now that's insane. Can say I discovered that one myself. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be going over some more solo queue strats. You guys really enjoyed the zombie video I made. And I'm going to bring you a few castle strats. Somebody did ask for this in the comments. Maybe even a couple people asked for it. But I will be showing you a few castle strats I really like doing. They're going to be very good for solo queuing, but they even work for a team. Obviously, they work even better if you have a team with you to have some more operators surrounding you. So the first one is going to be on Clubhouse. It's going to be on the church, arsenal room in the basement, the main site pretty much on this map. And this is going to be a roam. You're extending to the middle floor. It's going to be like a bar hold. So I'll jump right in the custom game. We're going to go over everything. I'm going to set the roam up with you guys. I say roam, but it's more of a hold, honestly. First thing you want to do, open this hatch so your team doesn't reinforce it. You do need that open. I'd recommend making some holes on site before you go upstairs, but you don't have too much time. And hopefully your team will just get like dirt or something, honestly, because again, you don't have much time to do it yourself. I just pop a little rotate right here. Just like that. That's all you need. And again, hopefully your team can handle the rest of the site setup, because you don't have time to do everything. So you want to reinforce the main hatch so that doesn't change. Also, I'm taking my time with it. Obviously, you're going to have more time to do it yourself in prep phase when you get used to the setup and everything. It's best if you just let your teammate reinforce the hatch too. I'm just showing you guys an example. I want to close the hatch up before this. So first, you want to put your castles up. First one's going to go on the hallway door, kitchen hall door. That'll cut off the chain rappel people like going on to cut off the flank. And it just makes it so they have to break this if they want to put more pressure on the hallway. Otherwise, you can just even roam around here if you want. Second castle is going to go on the strip door, or the bathroom door, B1. It's called B1 because that's the bottom floor bathroom. B2 is the one upstairs above me. Your next castle is going to go on the pool table door. This one actually lets you get some really good angles here. If someone's pushing strip, they're never going to expect this kind of thing right here. Very good angles. You can even kind of see the window jumping right here. So that's why it's better to just do this instead of just castling the window off, because now you can stop the pushing from anywhere in that room. Your next castle is going to go on this double door. It's kind of the same as the other one. They kind of surround each other. Like one castle's there, one here, one here, one here. It's kind of like a big square you're building, a big box. I'd recommend making some holes here too. That way you can see the stock door walking, but they can't like come in here because it's only footholes. Maybe some right there too so you can watch this door. Just be careful about that when you're playing in here. Okay, so this is going to be the main part of the strat. This is where you're making your shotgun holes. You're going to want to do some right here to make a little crouch rotate. Just like this. That's all you need there. This is where it really comes in handy having this castle here. You can also watch under this one if you want. I know there's like spawn peeks you can do on this too, like doing this. I'm just waiting for them to run up and shoot them. So just be aware of that door. You can just shoot their little legs when they're underneath there. They're probably going to break this though, so keep that in mind. That's why you want to do head holes across it too, like this. So now you can hold angles on it too from in here, from safety. Just be careful again from the stock door too. That's why you can even hold way back here. Now you're safe from the stock door. You have many ways to play this though. You want to make head holes here too. All the way across is good like that. Now you have a multitude of angles you can hold. You can hold all the way into the meat locker in here. That's actually an insane angle to have. You can even hold the door from a pixel here. There's a lot of good angles you can get now doing this strat. And if you're in here, you can even get a closer one like this. And just swing out when they push there. You can even play in here, as long as this is closed still. You pretty much just want to rotate around to whatever they're pushing. Like if they're pushing from the strip side, you can obviously just hold back here in this area, like this. You can go prone and get some good angles on them if they're trying to break the castle. But if that castle's still up, just try to push them from here. You can even see the stairs if you open up like a high hole here. Just be careful, they can use this against you obviously too if you're not paying attention to the stairs. Just like this, that one piece. It's always that one little piece. Obviously you don't have the time to do everything that I'm doing during this round. That's why you kind of just want to adapt and make the holes that you need for what they're pushing. Because they could push from strip. They could push from just full stock and blue side. They could just all push from kitchen. They could do like some of each, like one person on each side, which would be the most ideal for them, but who really knows. They can even push you upstairs in the hatch here, so be careful of that. They could be all upstairs doing like a roam clear, but that's going to be doubtful in ranked, honestly. That's why the next thing I'm going to show you, I forgot to put my procs down too. I like putting one right here. Kind of like, I think I'd rather have that at the bottom right here like this. That way they won't see it when they're coming up like this. So it works when they're coming up, and it works when they're coming down too. They're probably going to see it eventually and shoot it when they're coming down, but that's fine. You want to start up here honestly anyway and do this. You can do this with the other operators too. Just make a few holes to watch the freezer here. And if you can start up here, you can deny anything on the hatch. That's the best part about being up here. I would go way back here so you can get a better angle on it like that. This carpet is indestructible every time. Now you can shoot Habanas off because they like going to the window on the rappel and getting it. You shoot them off each time. I also have a suppressor on it just because of that. And the suppressor feels good on this gun, I feel like. And look at this attachment skin, I love that on the suppressor. Again, just be careful of people upstairs when you're doing this. You should be able to safely rotate back down unless this is broken, just be careful of that. But that's why you have this castle and this castle. So now if you're getting pushed from upstairs, you can get back here. You can either go down the main stairs if you want to go all the way back to site. This is why you open the hatch as well, another way to get back to site if you need to. But I would just rotate back here because now you can always drop if they start pushing you again. It's all about layers because now you can hold the main stairs all the way from here. And if they're not pushing you in the back, you're completely safe to do this. And if you want to not be exposed to this, just make sure you're up far enough and then you don't even have to worry about that either. You can even hold some angles into stock if you know they're pushing that too. And you're completely safe behind the bar here. Pop up, get some more shots on the main stairs. You can see this again. There's so many good things about this this castle hold that you can take advantage of. That's what the holes look like from this side, by the way. I know this is more of a common strat to go up here and go up the hatch and stuff, but with all these layers I've added onto it now, it's going to be very hard for them to successfully push you back. Your job as a roamer here is to just waste as much time of the attackers as possible. Like, the way I started way upstairs, try to get out with your life and not just throw it away for no reason. Because again, like I said, you can go back to this spot. This is a real power position. You have so much control on this spot. They're not all going to push you from every direction. It's ranked, let's be honest. Unless you're in like the super high level playing like a competitive game. At that point, maybe, but oh my god, look at that. I did not know you can get angles to this bar. That's crazy. I'll probably use that. Wow, look at that angle. We can see the meat freezer all the way from back here. Now that's insane. I can say I discovered that one myself. You can make some shotgun holes if you want, but that'll expose you just a little bit more. Just do it like that. Wow, that's crazy. They push in, that's a freebie. There's no way anybody's challenging you off this. That is insane. You're only exposed to that and to that, but you can hold those yourself as well. And you have audio for all the castles breaking, so you should be pretty safe in this spot. You'll be able to see their feet a lot quicker than they can see you off this. The best way for them to get rid of this castle is to go to the front door, obviously, just shoot that down, come in, and then Ash Charge it, or Sophia, or Gone 6, or whatever they're using. But yeah, if they start pushing you too heavy, if you have like a man-up situation, like 4v3 or something, just drop back down the hatch. That's why you have this open as well. And then your last mine. I'd either use that at the bottom of main, just in case somebody like walked down on you and you didn't notice. Probably not that. Maybe just put it here, because then you'll have audio to hold that one angle I was talking about. Like, look at that. That's a crazy angle. If somebody kills you off that, then they're the best player in the world. They will just not. That's not happening. I would put that mine just right up here. So that way you have some audio when they actually come in here and you'll be ready to hold that angle that I just showed you. Which is just a crazy one-way angle. That's the best angle I've ever seen in this game. So yeah, once again, to summarize, you won't have time to do everything that I showed you, obviously. I didn't take like over 2 minutes to set this up. I've been talking the whole time too. It should take you just about a minute, maybe a minute and a half at the most, but at that point the round barely started. Probably like 2.5 minutes in the... or 2.5 minutes on the timer still. You'll be done setting everything up. Like your castles will be up at least, and you'll be making your holes, but as long as your castles are up, you won't be getting rushed or anything. You'll be aware that they're coming, and it only takes a few pumps to make these holes. It's up to you if you want to make those holes on the site. Like I said, I would pop this hatch first like I did, and then just go upstairs. Maybe make a couple holes on the way here. I wouldn't even make the main rotate. Your teammates can do that. If you want to, it's another good thing just to make some holes right here. This is the default impact trick right here. If you throw an impact right there, it'll get anything off the hatch as well. So just another layer. If you have a team, there's so many good strats you can do, honestly. You just got to put in the work and understand the hold that you guys are doing. But that's enough rambling. Let's move up to the next strat. Okay, so we're on Kafe now. This is going to be a top 4 castle strat. I actually did a zombie strat on this exact same bomb site in my last video, so if you guys want to see that one too, go check it out. Pro tip, just shoot the glass on the window so you can hear the rappel cues. Otherwise you will not, and your team will die to it probably, or you will die to it. Just not hearing a rappel, they will just hit the window, shoot you for free through the rotate, and you're dead. I'll show you guys the default site setup too, because why not? Just in case you want to do that yourself and nobody else on your team does. You want to rotate on this side. You don't want to put it here because they can see it from the skylight a lot easier right there. So put it on that side. I'd recommend a bathroom rotate here. You don't have to though if you don't want. If you're playing like solo queue. I'd recommend it on that side though, because if they do end up getting bathroom control late, you don't want them to see the entire site. This way obviously too, they can see the entire site, but if you do it this side then they can see this part as well. It's up to you which side you want to do it on, either way. Reinforce these 2 walls too, by the way. Make footholes here, because you're going to be trying to hold Christmas for as long as you can, which is this room here. Always shoot that too, and these little things, because they're very annoying. Again, shoot the glass on the windows. Doesn't matter if you break these, because you're going to be putting castles on these 2 windows. Castle those up on the stage. That's going to be 2 of your barricades down already. It's up to you if you want to put one of your castle on ticket here. I don't recommend it though, because you need them other places that are more important. Either reinforce these off or make footholes. I do reinforcements for this strat. For the zombie one I made footholes, but for here I think it's better just to reinforce it and funnel them into the breach. If they even open it. But if they do, it's best you just funnel them into here. Because then they probably won't even try to open this castle up, and it'll be easier to contest them when they're coming through the reinforcement here. So that's going to be your next castle. Your last one is probably... you probably want to put it here, but it's up to you. If you want, you can do this window as well. The one that I broke. Or even this one. Again, it's up to you. Whatever they're pushing, really. If it's your second round on the site and you know they're like pushing this window hard with an armor or something, I would castle that one, or like this one. But if they're not repelling those, I'd recommend just reinforcing this one off here, or castling it. Or even using it on the ticket window that I mentioned earlier to help you hold that more. But putting this here, now you can rotate freely back between the white hallway, which is a pretty powerful thing to do. Going to reinforce this wall too. Make head holes here. That's another reason I don't do the rotate on this side. I reinforce this one off. Because if you do, if you have holes here, they can see all the way from these windows into the bomb site through there. Which is not good. Don't want to do that. But now this way, this is just another layer to the defense. You can see the ticket rappel from here. Also, I don't know if I broke this one. I did already. Always break your glass so you can hear the rappels. I don't know why the glass is even a thing on some windows in this game. It's so dumb. I hope one day Ubisoft just removes all glass from all windows. That would be the best change ever. But it's okay, I'll just keep breaking them, I guess. Again, these walls should be reinforced for this strat. You don't want to open those up. You're pretty much trying to... It won't break. If you hit that twice, by the way, you can just break it like that. I like holding the spot for if they hit that castle. You can also open the hatch up so you can drop through this late if you need to. If they really start contesting you from the windows, the breach, they open the castle up. They're on white. You can always flank this if you need to on the white stairs. Or red. Also another angle you can do, you can open like the top here. That lets you see like the hatch on a very tight pixel from like here or something. I'm not exactly sure, I haven't done this in a while. But I think you can see the hatch from there. But yeah, you're pretty much trying to hold on to Christmas for as long as you can until you're really feeling the pressure. You can also do like holes here like this onto the breach. If they don't drone it, that's going to be like free kills doing that. But yeah, you can drop back to here if you need to later. Like I was telling you, you can drop back to here, play in the washroom, and then you can drop all the way back to site if you need to late. You can jump onto this and hold a very off angle on them when they're coming through there. They won't be aiming that high. But the thing with contesting this and holding on to Christmas, if you end up holding it late and they still haven't taken control and they're trying to like plant, they haven't even opened this castle, just get down here. You can see the push in from the doorway, and the default plan's like right around there, so freebies. Oh, another thing I almost forgot. Let's go back to the site. I'd open up these at least on the end. That'll help you later on too if they're trying to plant here. It's good to have an orc just literally for this. You can open up all these very fast, but that's fine too. Also open up this so they can't plant here without you guys seeing. Just like that. So now if they try to plant here, you're going to see them from the other side. That's what the footholds are so good for. If they try to plant here, you'll see them. Anywhere really, you will see them. Like right here, you will see through there. I'll show you that from the other side. And then I'll show you where I put my proximity alarms too. I keep forgetting about that. But you prone right here, there's the default plant. So yeah, that's pretty much it besides these. Obviously I'm going to put one on white stairs. I always put something here. The barbed wire, the prox works too though. And then probably... Let me squeeze through hopefully. Okay. Probably just one right here on the walk up like that. They won't see that when they're droning most likely, and you'll get audio at least for when they're pushing the castle unless they've broken it already. Or just at least for when they've dropped and trying to go to this angle here. I think that pretty much covers everything. Like I said, you could put your other castle here instead of the white window that I did, but it's up to you really. I like playing in this area, so I don't really need a castle on that. And I like getting aggressive too, so if I know somebody's on this window, I'm just going to peek them and try to kill them. And usually I do. I think I did it in one of my most recent cafes too, even. That exact same thing. If you want to check that out, I do solo queue to champion videos all the time. I know I haven't posted in like a week now, so be on the lookout for more of those. I haven't really played much in the last couple weeks. Even the Outback game that I uploaded like last week now, like 1 week ago, I think it was. That was the last one I did. I think that was very pre-recorded. Like I played that match like a week and a half before I uploaded it. I just have not played much Siege recently. I've been playing in my main just to get my battle pass points. I'm almost finished with that finally, so big alpha pack opening. I know I've been telling you guys it's on the way. I've been teasing you, but that will be coming soon, so don't worry. Enough rambling again. Let me get on to the next strat. So we're loading back in now. I'm going to be on the Vents and Workshop site on Border. This is one of the most common ones on this map. It's usually going to be the second site you guys go to. Of course, you want to rotate here. I just make that for your team anyways, and then make some vert holes too while you're at it. This isn't going to be a vertical hold though. This is going to be a horizontal extension. not think of the right word there for some reason. But there you go, I just made some vert holes for the team. Also, I like doing prone holes here because sometimes they'll just push in deep and try to play in this corner. That's very safe.
Down to 10 seconds.
So by doing that, you can cut that off completely. Do a reinforcement on this wall or the one to the left. At least reinforce one, though, for cover.
Bomb locations are secure.
And for the castle strat, you're going to be extending it into bathroom. I'd make this rotate first, probably. Maybe even let your team just do the main one. Just worry about extending here. Reinforce both these walls. It's really good to extend in the bathroom. I'd make a rotate here if you need it even. Just in case you're playing in this little position on the half wall. And they start getting the hatch or something, you can fall back safely from there and you don't have to go all the way around when the hatch is opening and maybe get killed from it. You can reinforce the hatch too if you want, it just takes too much time, so I'm not going to do it just for that purpose. Usually they'll just have like can openers to open it up, like the secondary hard breach, or just Habana or whatever. And they'll get it open either way. I make head holes here, because you're going to be playing in this area, so you should have it under control. If you want, you can put a castle on this doorway here even. It's up to you. I'd leave it open just so I can extend out here, maybe if I have to, and flank upstairs, but again, it's up to you. I castle double door off here into the main lobby. Shoot this because it makes so much noise and it's very annoying. I do like making head hole, or not head holes, foot holes here. Sometimes they'll try to rush the back and just plant here or something crazy, or just sit there. Now they can't. And if they're pushing up from here, they have to worry about that too now. And it's obviously a defender favorite angle. I would recommend reinforcing these two walls off still for cover. You're in either the bathroom or in just the workshop and they have control of that. Now just keep in mind, if they're doing a hard push from the bathroom side, like right here, if you know they're pushing all this really fast, they've opened this wall up and the hatch or something, I would just drop back and reinforce this off at that point. Even try to reinforce this off if you can, but you don't have to. That obviously can work against you guys. If they have control of this, they can see all the way into the site. So I'd reinforce this off first if I were you. Maybe get a teammate to watch the rotate while you're doing that, then reinforce the rotate too. Really risky at that point. So it's up to you if you want to make those head holes, you don't have to. I sometimes just don't until the end of the round. I'd reinforce these two off as well, maybe make head holes, or head holes, I said that again. Make foot holes there, just like that, so again it's harder just to push up. Be careful though, we'll probably just make holes and they can see into sight that way too. But yeah, like I was saying about this, I'd make these holes later in the round if you know they're not pushing bathroom side and you have control of all this. Otherwise, I would just leave it like it is, or even reinforce it if you want, but I don't recommend doing that. You're trying to hold on to as much map as possible, so try to reinforce these walls off in detention. Hopefully your teammates do this, so you don't have to go all the way over here and reinforce these though. I'm just showing you guys the entire setup. So if you're with a team, you can do it the right way. One of the first things you should do is put a castle on this too. Obviously they're going to end up breaking this if they're not the worst team in the world, but it will waste more utility for them to do that. You put your next castle on the main door, again, just to stop rush-ins, make them waste more utility. They're going to break it probably, but it's okay. It'll waste more time for them, and time is the key. I don't recommend putting a castle here. I've seen that before, and I just do not understand it at all. Even here, it's kind of a weird castle. I'd recommend just castling off customs at this point, unless your teammate's in there. If you see a teammate trying to play in there, I would not put this castle up, because then they can't get away. They're kind of just stuck in there at that point. But if you know you don't have teammates in there, just castle that off, because now you can play very safe in these hallways back here. You can rotate around, try to help the metal stairs area. And yeah, that's going to be best for you. Honestly, you can castle off this window too if you do need to. Just for your rotate, you got to worry about that every time. Again, this is a horizontal extension, not a vertical one. I'd recommend reinforcing this hatch either way. I'd open this one up and play vertical, so you can have your other teammates up here too. If you want, you can even give them a castle like on this door or this window. Or this door here. That one there. But again, you don't have to. I'd open the hatch so that makes it harder for them to push in. Just rush the site. And then use your last reinforcement right here. If you're solo queue, don't even worry about what I said though. Your objective is just going to be extending in the bathroom and holding on to map control. They're probably going to end up pushing this castle here, so just hold on to that as much as you can. Or this wall here. Or just the hatch. They probably won't push everything because, you know, it's just ranked. And there's not much coordination these days, honestly. It's just a lot of run and gun stuff, so... Should be able to hold on to this part of the map. It's going to be up to you to hold on to the site at the end of the round, probably. You could even make some head holes here. I do like doing this, getting a super long angle into the jump in. You make holes like right here, here. You can see when they jump in now. That is very good. Might as well just do it all the way across to scare them more. Right there. You're going to see them right when they jump in there. And then you can see them run across by making these ones. And try to get good angles into there. You can even leave this one soft, by the way, if you want. I just reinforce it, like I said. If they start pushing bathroom really hard, they do sometimes. They do. I would just reinforce that off. But that's just some good angles there. Also, from this wall, you can't even see anything because it's blocked off by this anyway. So this is going to be the perfect angle for you to hold. And if you want, you can just open that up just to make sure. So now you know exactly when they pass that little box when they hop in, like that. You can hold that all the way from back here. I've been showing you guys a lot of long angles in these today. You want to aim head level too. You remember you have the UMP, so not the best gun really. Yeah, you can see pretty much all the plant spots besides like on the window itself, but if you need to, if they're doing like a hard push here and your teammates are above or something, you can come back to site and just try to play close to the window. You can hold this cool angle here on the door, unless you fall off like me. Just like that. I'll show you the prox mines too. I've been doing that last, but obviously you want to put your prox mines down like during the prep phase when you're setting stuff up. So like when you're running around, I say prep phase, but that's a given. You don't want to wait till the actual round starts. I do in here so you do know when they jump in. Maybe like, trying to think of a spot like you can hide it. Maybe like up here. Something like that. And then it'll be harder for them to look up and shoot when they're in the window already. And that's what it looks like for them, by the way. That one angle I was showing you right here. So they're never going to beat you off that. The only way they can't be seen if they plant here, but they'll have to worry about the front door and these footholes and the head holes here. So usually they won't be safe to plant here. Usually they're going to try to go deep, but since that's open there with the footholes, they'll plant like right here. This will be where they end up planting, so just be ready for them to jump in and sprint across, because they probably will. They're not even going to challenge it, most likely. Oh, they'll push in from here and try to get deep into sight, so just be ready for that too. Again, that's why these holes can really work for you as well. You can really see the jump in from this spot too. Oh, and your last prox mine, either put it on these windows here, like right on this, or like right here. Now you'll know when somebody jumps in. You also have the glass. I broke this by jumping through earlier, but try not to break it early on, because that'll give you a sound cue as well. Wow, I can't... Okay, I can just pick it up anyway. Another good one to have is just in case somebody somehow gets back here, you can put it like right here on the door so you know somebody's pushing in the hallway now. And they won't expect a prox to be there, obviously. That's why I recommend it there instead of like on the door here, because that'll be too late at that point. They've already killed you from the hallway, right? That's a mistake I see a lot of players making. Just putting their utility too deep into sight, and you give them too much control already. Also, this is a cool spot to play here. Nobody's going to see you from this angle when they push in from the hallway. And you can play up top here and see all the way into the site from those holes I made. So yeah, that's pretty much the border one now. I know I went very in-depth with these castle setups. I do get really nerdy when it comes to this kind of stuff. And of course, sometimes when you play ranked, the setup's not even going to matter. You're not going to be finished, and there's going to be like an Omru rushing the site or a Fuse somehow taking top control because your teammates don't know what they're doing and can't roam for anything. And they're all just hiding in corners. So this isn't going to work all the time, but if you do have a team around you, like I said, this is a fun strat to pull off every now and then. You probably can't get away with Castle every round, but I do like mixing a few strats here and there. Always fun to do. Castle's one of the funner ops to play on defense, in my opinion. And he is pretty powerful when the attackers aren't ready for it. Anyways, though, this is a very long video, I'm sure. I've been recording for over 40 minutes at this point. If you enjoyed this, I'd really appreciate a like down below. This took me a while to make, and I'm sure it's going to take a bit to edit too. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel as well, and I'll see you in the next one. Comment any strats you want to see next, any certain operators you want to see next. I will have an Echo one probably soon. I want to mix in like some Echo and Sola stuff. I have a really good one I want to show you guys on Chalet, so that'll be coming soon, probably this weekend too, so look forward to that. I've really been enjoying making these strat videos. I have a lot of fun doing these. Also, follow me on TikTok if you haven't already. I do some little tips and tricks and strats on there too. I've been trying to post daily on there. I'll see you guys next time though. Bye.